Welcome everyone to Diamond Matrix Masters. I am Ruth Elizabeth. Okay, and we are talking today about, what did I label it? I've even forgotten what we're talking about. From employee to visionary. This is really interesting, employee to visionary. And of course, I teach on quantum law and the universal law constructs like the law of acquisition, which I dreamt about 4 years ago now. And it was like, oh, what's the law of acquisition? Well, I learned it. Okay. It's like I went through 2 years of learning what the law of acquisition is. And so following this theme, the law of acquisition is what comes to you. What comes to you, how it comes to you, how you as a creator bring it to you, and also what blocks it from coming to you. Isn't that interesting? So there is a universal law of acquisition. So law, L-O-R-E, not human L-A-W laws, like we're experiencing lots of human laws going into realms of insanity right now. Okay, but who creates law constructs? We do. Who does it? We do. Oh my goodness. Okay. How about you sitting in the burbs, okay, and you decide that you're a little bit frightened of burglars, okay, and we go, yes, we need neighborhood watch. This is a perfect example of it. We need neighborhood watch, and not only that, we need to get the police on board, okay, and then we asked for more police, and then we asked for government funding because neighborhood watch needs funding for neighbors to spy on their neighbors. Okay, come on, let's get real with what we do here. Okay, who is involved? We are directly involved. You want to know how this insanity is built up? We have been asking for laws. So we as creators have been asking for those in apparently higher places to govern us. We need more police. We need more police. We need the military to be strong. Okay, we have got foreign policy laws, military laws. Okay, well, you've got to have something for those people to do, don't you? If you're going to employ them to do something, you're actually going to ask them to do certain things for you, like patrol our streets, keep our banks safe. Okay, don't let anyone break into our possessions. Take our possessions, our money. All of these things are security. So most laws are based in security. Security, protection, protectionism. And this is what this external world is made up of. The system of the world, the system of now the governments of the world, but headed by the corporations of the world who are always and have been behind governments. So this is why people who are poking sticks at their local government and then poking at their governments are missing the whole point. Okay, it's actually way beyond that. Okay, those that are making up all the rules at the moment are flying free in our skies while we are grounded. Isn't that not true? That's true, isn't it? They're actually flying over our heads. Complete freedom. I can't even get out of the country. Okay. The rules have so bogged us down. Okay. And who created it? We did, by our utter foolishness. Okay. Now, this is why I teach on soul sovereignty. Soul sovereignty. Let's just go through that briefly. Soul sovereignty is your soul keeps you upright on your feet. Hey, what keeps you upright on your feet? Okay, what if a soul pulled out of the top of your head right now and fall on the ground? Your sovereignty is within you. Each one of us is sovereign, which is divinity. It's the divinity that's keeping us upright on our feet. It's our soul sovereign source. We came from somewhere. Let's look at science. People talk about science all the time. Let's look at the real science. Okay. You have a soul that keeps you upright on your feet. When it pulls out of your head, you're considered dead. All right, let's make it really basic. So you're an energetic being, energetic system, okay? And within your energetic light body, because we talk about 4 body wellness, your physical body, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies, you are a vibrational being that projects onto the quantum field, which is inside your makeup. It's inside your original DNA in you. So you are a creator. And when you instruct, you are directing, giving out a directive, a guideline on what it is that you wish to manifest, that you wish to bring to yourself through what you could classify as quantum law, which is just a very natural primordial action that we operate with. So when we're operating with universal law, okay, the primordial law, the quantum field is completely unbiased. It really doesn't give a rat's about what you think, feel, or have emotionalism about. It really doesn't care, okay? It doesn't care whether you're a victim, whether you're an intimidator, or you're a rescuer. It doesn't understand or care about the game, okay? It's nothing to the quantum field. The quantum field is just primordial movement. It's actually considered, I think Deepak Chopra says, it's like a still glassy lake. So if you can imagine out in front of you a still glassy lake, not a single ripple in it. And as you think, feel, and desire, you project your wants, your fears, your emotions out onto your own quantum field, and it pixelates and ripples back to you. So this whole system that we're going, oh my God, I'm being oppressed by, has actually been you oppressing yourself. Okay, we have been oppressing ourselves. Now, how do we do that? By our own entering into the game of victim, intimidator, rescuer, the game of duality, right versus wrong, good versus bad. Well, that's a penal system. You're a bad person. You're going to go to jail for your actions for 20 years. And we penalize that person instead of restoring them back into their sovereignty and into their creatorship. We put them away. We lock them away. Okay, we deal with things back to front and upside down. You know, we deal with in our communities, you know, back to front and upside down. We're dealing with them and saying, you have to fix yourself first. You have to become a good person. Okay, and if you're not a good person, we will keep you away from the goodies, the blessing. Okay. This is actually happening where I live. It's sort of like, you're not doing what you're told, you're not being a good person, and you're going to be penalized, and you're not going to be able to play with the rest of us, okay, until you do what you're told. So this is just an acceleration. Hi, Yazzie. This is just an acceleration of what we're living today, and the oppression that we're living is just an acceleration, the biggest, okay, perspective that we as a very foolish humanity has been projecting in the Piscean age. So Pisces is duality. Duality is right versus wrong, good versus bad, heaven versus hell. It's actually a place of separation from source. Upside down and back to front. Yes? Source. We're looking for source, and yet we're not understanding and haven't been taught. It's been robbed from us in one sense, but we have given these subtle permissions for it to be taken from us. I was reading a post this week and it was staggeringly pertinent. It said what they do is they put a little pressure on you and you go, oh, that's wrong, that hurts. That's wrong, that hurts. Something's wrong about that. And then you get used to it. And then they put a little bit more pressure on you, okay, and then you go, it's wrong, it hurts. And then you submit to it, okay? And they know what they're doing, okay? They know how humans work. We've been on this planet for a long, long time. It's so easy to manipulate you, okay? Do not be manipulated. You are a creator in your own right. What you don't feed won't breed, okay? What you don't buy into, you won't live to regret, okay? You need to know what you're sowing into. What you sow, you reap. So what you're projecting always is what's going to come back to you. So there's a foundational thought on what we're talking about. And within this pain that we're experiencing at the moment, the average Australian, okay, the average human being is going, because of these new mandates, okay, I haven't got employment. I've lost my employment. I've lost my ability to create. And they're being absolutely uprooted. You know, it's like, how am I going to pay off my mortgage? How am I going to feed my children? So their pain point is so real that they are submitting to what the external system is demanding. Oop, I better point down here. Okay, what the external system is demanding. Okay, and hopefully that will bring people into understanding how they are in actual fact a creator, and they're going to feel opportunities come to them that is beyond this slither of a creation stream. So we talk about creation streams. If you can imagine your employment, okay, or whatever it is that you create your wealth through or your money through as a slither, just a slither of our whole pie. And yet this slither is taking up 40 hours a week. That's a lot of time and effort. And who are you giving the 40 hours a week to? Okay, you're actually giving the 40 hours a week to another creator who's smarter than you. Not being rude, don't want to insult anyone here, but you're giving it to a creator who knows that if I get lots and lots of people working for me, doing 40 hours of their flesh and blood hardship, bodies on the line, mental, emotional, and physical body, doing that 40 hours a week, then I, as an employer, are actually going to pump out a whole lot of opportunity for myself. Isn't that true? Okay. A person who is at that greater level of understanding of business is actually creating, okay, a whole lot of cash for themselves through using your body, your mind, and your mental body as well. So you are busy doing this slither of what you could be doing as a creator. So the law of acquisition, if you can see that the rest of that, if you wanted money, you don't actually need this slither. This is one honeypot. So if you can imagine that you can have lots of honeypots, wouldn't that be nice, okay, to have lots of honeypots? What would happen, and this is where we go looking for other streams of income, one that is feeding you wealth around the clock without you having to participate. I'm all for that. Okay, that's fine. I love doing what I love doing, okay, but all of these things, no harm in it. There's blessing in everything you can receive from everywhere. So then I add another slither and another slither and another slither. Now, let's bring us back to our creator within us, our soul. So the soul is alive 24/7 around the clock. And even though your physical body might sleep from time to time, your soul is ever engaged in creating. Isn't that beautiful? I might write that down for myself. Your soul is ever engaged in creating. So what is happening here is that your soul is always pondering, participating in your subconscious thoughts, in your reality, your dreams, okay, and also your waking moments. So everything that you are pondering is being put out upon your quantum field. But like I said, we've been taught in this system that you are to give time for money, okay? Now imagine if we changed that system to knowing myself as, if I can imagine myself as a magnet, and I thought and it came, boom. I thought and it came, boom, from anywhere. Okay, stretch your imagination. Okay, soul is here right now. I'm meant to speak on this today. All right, feel a presence, because the presence fills up your light body. And we talk about the diamond light body here, don't we? So just filling up with the presence letting your brain just relax, feeling the relaxation coming over you right now as you're filling up with the diamond light. Okay, what's the diamond light? It's the Christos energy within you. It's pure light, pure unconditional love. And all resistance has to dissolve within it. It cannot stand. Okay, so if you've got false vibrational stories, if you've got entrapment surrounding you and you can't see a door out, okay, if you can't see a doorway out, you need to create a door, because you're the master, you're the one that's a creator. So if you're trapped in any way, you make a big decision and say, and get angry and say, excuse me, not doing this anymore. No. Okay, I've got this little naughty, rebellious nature, and it's served me well. But why? As a creator, what we do is we actually project onto our quantum field with force. So we actually are starting to go, no, I'm not doing that. I'm withdrawing knowing consent from that. I do not give consent to that, because I'm a free will creator. And my vision is to expand into, I can receive any time of the day or night or whenever, but just because I thought of it. I want a refrigerator will come. Doesn't matter how, this is not about spirituality. This is about practicality. Okay? This is not about spirituality. This is how you work as a quantum human being. Okay, now let's look at the expansion from going from an employee to a visionary and how it's been underutilized in the business constructs. Okay, so when we're actually employed, have you ever had that experience that you can see gaps in things and you really want to contribute and you get the answer and the solution comes through? Okay, but then it falls on deaf ears. Okay, and they don't actually see the improvements. Well, if you can understand that a business is continuous improvement, isn't it? It's always expanding in a new way to service what it is that you're delivering. Okay, so a business is always about, okay, continuous improvement, just as our physical lives are, the individual, but so is a business or an organization. It's actually always looking for continuous improvement. Now, who does the continuous improvement come from? It comes from the individuals that work within the organization at all levels. You've got people that are talented in systems and tech. You've got people who are into the service side of it. I come from, the health and disability sectors. So you've got all of these amazing people, from marketing to, reception to, administration, to whatever it is, to the point of delivery, and then those that are actually delivering the services themselves. And what happens is there's this lovely form of disgruntleism, because you've got disgruntleism that comes from being on that creation stream. Why? Because it's annoying to your soul. You go, oh, I love what I do, but I hate what I do. You know what that feels like? I love what I do, but I hate what I do, because I'm chained to this system, thinking that it is my only law of acquisition, that I can only acquire from this particular area. So every person in an organization, whether they're at the top or at the bottom in appearance, okay, has this feeling of, oh, I love it, but I hate it. All right. So as a vibrational creator, what are they actually doing to the organization? Okay, you're actually constricting flow. Okay, and then we do other things as well. We actually not just conflict the flow. So if you've got every single individual in your organization who are individual creators going, I've got a love-hate relationship with this, they are constricting growth. Now, why is this? Because we're going to continue on from this. So your board of directors, the soul and triune being, is your divine feminine, divine masculine, divine inner child. Divine feminine is the strategy, the thought, the intuition that flows through the creator, through the individual. So if you've got an organization with 50 people in it who are all connected as creators to their triune being. Think about it. This is superb, okay? Imagine if we could just unleash this, okay? So you've got 50 employees, all with a divine feminine that brings strategy through, okay? Then they all have a divine masculine, which is the doing force of making it happen. And they have the divine inner child who brings it into the lived experience. Now, in other trainings, I've taught you about the 30-fold, the 60-fold, and the 100-fold. And I just have fun with it. So I said, you're a 33% creator, a 33% creator, or you're a 333% creator. So you can produce from your board of directors as a creator 3% creations. And if you're a 3% producer, definitely you're going to be stuck in plan B and bringing 3% creations to the table. Isn't that interesting? If we were actually employing people on this model, okay, you'd want to be finding natural creators. And in actual fact, you know, HR department is absolutely looking for someone with innovation and the ability to create. And then on the flip side of it, they're going, oh, not too much innovation because you're going to be breaking our rules. You see all of these buffers. This is why these places of employment are so hard to bear, okay? It's hard to live with, okay? Not only that, you've got to work within the creative framework that the owner has for its business, okay? So you're a creator going, oh, I just want to create, I want to create, I want to create. And then you go, oh, I've just got to do it within this limited fashion, you know, of what the creator or business owner is actually creating. And so there's this disgruntleism on so many different fronts because of quantum law and who you are as a sovereign creator. I love this stuff, okay? Now, if we can sort this out, we can actually start blossoming, blowing open our business when we start to facilitate an individual as a creator. Now, this is a paradigm shift. Okay, can you imagine being in HR and going, oh my God, I've got all of these creators. Now, how am I going to do this? So that each creator has a quantum field. Wow. So each creator in my organization has a quantum field, and they have the divine feminine strategies, ideas, intuition. Okay. And we have divine masculines, the doing power, okay, of the doing. Wow, we're going to have an action follow as we're bringing through that strategy or idea for our business expansion. As continuous improvement happens, everything expands. You have to expand into the next and the next and the next. You have some creators that are going, no, not doing it. I'm not growing for anyone. Okay, we want to get rid of those people from our lives because they're just a dead weight. And you go, that's really nasty and that's a judgment. Maybe so, but it's like, how do you want to progress? You know, what sort of people would you want on your team? Okay, if you're going to create an organization that you're wanting to move forward in. Okay. No worries, Wendy. Okay, so what moves on? What moves on is that as a creator, if we're facilitating our people, so we can be in or out of a work environment, but if we're facilitating a team, okay, as creators, that has the magnificence to produce solution to what it is that we're wanting to expand into as a business, okay, into programs or whatever, we have that person then able to bring it to the table. Now, this is what normally happens in a business, is that somebody comes up with an idea and then the manager of whichever department goes, no, I'm not doing that just yet. And yet it's this great big gaping hole of a problem. And yet that which came through, so the inspiration came through a creator who could have been the cleaner. Okay. Can you see how we don't care who it comes from? And this is where we bring total equality into our workplace. And what are we fighting about in workplaces? Equality, isn't it? Equality. Well, what if we actually just saw each and every single individual within the workplace as an equal creator? Because that's what we are. And yet we get paid for different positions according to what we think are skill levels. And then you as a creator, you get caught up in saying, well, I am this and I am that because the system has given me a certificate for that. Wow, what if you just let go of that and said, I'm not that, I'm a creator, and I can have anything that I want, and I can instigate whatever I want, and I can actually bring to your table great blessing. Because in truth, if we could actually facilitate services, then we would actually be facilitating the freedom of our clients. People with disabilities could actually come into their creatorship and change their world. Okay? People who are in hospital with medical conditions could heal themselves and come into their creatorship and start getting on with it instead of living a life of disability or inability. Isn't that cool? So we keep talking about equality, but in our sovereignty, there is complete and pure equality. Okay, you're the same as me. We're all creators. We're all coming into and getting ideas which get stifled and put aside instead of following through. Now, some of the management side of things, I just want to speak on. This is normally what happens. So we've got this gaping problem in an organization. The cleaner comes up with an idea and we go, oh, that's really good. That's a good idea, so we're actually listening to that idea. And then we say, right, that's good. We'll get someone from marketing to do it. Okay. So you've just taken the vision of the creator itself and given it to another creator who's got no idea, was not inspired. It didn't come to them. They haven't got the full vision of it. And we actually take it off the creator, give it to another creator who's really not in on it, and says, go and use your head and your mental body to make this idea happen. No. Okay, what we do and should be doing is that we keep it in the hands of the cleaner. Okay, she's the one that had the vision. Let her implement, give her permission, give her full power, open the doors to facilitate that person to implement what it is that they envision. Because they have the doing power. Not only have they had the strategy drop in, but they've had the doing power to go with it. And then they have the capacity to bring it into full operation. So this is why we can do this on an individual level. We can do it with our children. We can do it to ourselves. Remember, you're a creator. Stop stifling yourself in what you're actually doing. And two, in your workplace, because I know that so many of us are still in the workplace, and we're talking to anyone that's watching this replay. Okay, this goes up on YouTube. If you're watching this, you are a creator. You're a creator, and you're ever coming up with incredible ideas. Okay, but if you're a creator, not only do I want you to challenge yourself to be a creator and let those ideas come in, because we need it. Our earth is starving for you to create. This system is closing down with external laws that are stifling you, and you're going, it is not fair, and you're feeling the lockdowns. No, open yourself up as a creator. Know that you have equality with those in government, with those in corporations. Guess what? Those people in the high echelons of the corporate field are no greater than you as a creator. Let's bring the equality in. The individual is a creator. They are just simply creators with the smarts that go with it. Okay, billions and billions of dollar smarts. Okay, which one considers power. Okay, but the power is in you. And everything that you add to giving to them, and now it's being your body is being given to them. Okay, you are absolutely tying yourself down. You might as well stab yourself and shoot yourself as well. It's like ultimatum there. So we're creating some really, really big separations within the polarity of this dualistic system. Okay, so coming back to the creators in the workplace, I know that I'm going across scales here, okay, so just bear with me on that. But imagine facilitating creators, okay, creators. Let no one take the vision of another creator and try and work it for yourself. One of the biggest crippling factors and why businesses actually break down is because the one who creates the business in the first place cannot get the rest of the people to have the same vision. It's very hard for a creator of a vision or a business construct, a business world that you're creating, to actually get employees to have the same vision. They might get the warm fuzzies on it, okay, and they go, yeah, this is a really good cause, but they will not be able to support you in totality, which is why there's always people movement within a business. And what we do in businesses as well is we create contracts. Contracts are laughable, okay? Everyone breaks their contract. It's sort of like, why? Because if the soul moves on and it shuts down your place and you're going to where you got to go next to, it's just tough pickies on a contract. I mean, what's a contract to? How can you even say to a creator, you're going to be here for 3 years? So nobody's going to be there for 3 years. And those that do stay in a job for 10 years to get 3 weeks of long-term, long service leave. Well, that's a stagnant soul. Oh, I'm hitting some sore points today. Okay. We serve these things to our detriment. Imagine staying with one employer for 10 years to get 3 weeks long service leave. It's like, what's with that? I'd change the job, take 6 months off, and then come and find another job. It's like, why would you do this? For pittance. But this is this slither that we work for. And then the businesses and organizations think that slither is a correct way of running an organization. I say, open your slither up, be a slithering. Okay, I'm knocking around. That was a bit of a Harry Potter joke there. Okay, so get rid of this slither that you actually work for and or open it up. Okay, if you're wanting to be a creator, start creating. But what you can do, please start facilitating those people on your team. Start facilitating and understanding that if a person gets an idea, wow, let them blow that open. Let them run the whole program. Don't care whether they've done it before. They've got a vision and they will bring to fruition a harvest that fills in the gap or the need in your organization because they have a triune being. Their inspiration is coming. And particularly in disability and aged care services, which is my pet thing in training, that's my background, training support workers. The support workers are just hearts on legs and they see pain, they feel pain. Why? Because they're empaths, okay? They're empathic people who feel other people's pain. And they go, all we want to do is find solution. We want to find keys. And so they're thinking about this and feeling it and knowing their people, okay? And they bring through ideas that then get stifled. And this disgruntleism comes in. And again, that 50% feet in, feet out feeling, because it's truly is against the soul. It's against their soul to be living in a slither of a 40-hour week. Okay, so if you're feeling that, if anyone that watches this is feeling this, it's quite natural for you to feel it because it's not your truest sense of being. Okay, and it's an important message for today because so many people are losing those slithers. Okay, instead of understanding there's a whole pie, and by your own quantum universe is actually residing within you for you to draw on. And this week we've been talking about ask and you will receive. Ask Ask, project what it is that you want, and bring back to you what you want to live and experience. And people going, I want to go and live in the woods. Okay, well, that's fine too. You can go and do that. Okay, not a problem. Talk to the trees. But we're wanting you to stimulate your environment with creativity. You know, we want you to be creating for yourself. And this is why I teach the school, the Diamond Quantum Law School, which takes you through an initiation into meeting your board of directors, your soul sovereign you, and you will never be the same again. You'll never be the same again. And then we teach you quantum law, because as a creator that's connected, our heart is opening now to take on greater light to create. And what you create, when you know yourself as a creator, then you'll be of service to others. Okay, true service, because you'll go, oh, they need a bus. Okay, I need a bus. Here comes a bus. There's your bus. Whereas at the moment, so many of us are going, the government must give us this and the government must give us that. No, don't ask the government for anything. Are you kidding me? Okay, they are going to tax you on that. You will repay them in some way. You are the one that changes their schemes into real dollar value. Okay? No, you don't need to work a job and wait to get taxed as a little bit of a holiday fund. Okay? No, you don't need to do that. Okay? You can ask and you'll receive 24/7 from anywhere. And I tell this funny little story that I was out bush. Okay, I was out bush and I don't know, something was going on and I couldn't get cash and I needed cash. So I asked my board of directors, I said, right, I need some cash. Okay, and we were out in the sticks, I can tell you. Anyway, this young man sheepishly stumbles out of the bush looking tired and exhausted. And he goes, me and my mates are actually bogged. Can you guys come and help us get out? And just gave us $100 cash. Now, you can work a business and you can build that business and think, but ultimately, all you want is the cash. You want the item that you're asking for, yes? Yes, do you understand this? You're only asking for what it is that you want. So if it's money or whatever, just ask for money, okay? If it's a fridge, ask for a fridge. If it's a bus, ask for a bus. And it's going to come from somewhere. But what happens is the law of acquisition that you set in place demands that it has to come through working for 40 hours before you get your honeypot. Actually, it's 2 lots of 40 hours. Usually it's a fortnight, isn't it? Every 2 weeks you get a honeypot and then you pay everything out of that honeypot. Okay, slither, time and money, okay, time and body on the line, okay, to get a honeypot, which is pittance, to then pay for everything out of. Okay, what I'm talking about with the law of acquisition, I say to you, get this book. Diamond Matrix Masters Self-Mastery Level 1 will show you how quantum law works and how to manifest your world. And the law of acquisition is a spectacular part of this. When you know these things and what you're actually stopping yourself from receiving, building, okay, creating, you will go on to do great things, okay? And you're here to be of service to humanity and bring in the new and fresh way, because this is falling down. It is collapsing. Why is it collapsing? Because you are taking your attention and focus off it. Isn't that cool? So as we come up into our creation, I don't need this. This is time and space. Every time I project into a linear, so you say I've got to work for 40 hours a week, that's a linear, progressive thing that I've got to physically be involved in doing. I am smart, lazy. I've got a little bit of Libra in me, okay? We're very smart and very lazy, okay? In that we would prefer to create through thought and feeling and have it come to us, okay? I'm not totally into going to work for 40 hours. Well, I was always hopeless at it. Come on, now you admit you were always hopeless at it, weren't you, Coraline? Yep, Yazzy's going, yes. You are hopeless at working because you're a creator. You're not meant to be tied down to anything. You're meant to be asking and receiving that, and by the law of acquisition. So the law of acquisition is don't have a creation stream or minimize a stream. If you are going to have a stream, facilitate people as creators within it. And oh my goodness, that will just blow out the expansion of your business, okay, or whatever it is that you're focused on. It will open it up, because they are also creators wanting to expand. Everyone is a creator wanting to expand. Okay, you can bless each other by understanding your creatorship within everything. Is this a good thing? Any questions? Any questions on that? Does anyone want to know how to come out of the system? Thank you, Anne. Okay, so coming out of the system is so important at this time. You've got to come into your sovereignty, which is knowing that you are a creator and you can have anything at any time. We have in like, again, in community services, like all sorts of things that we have funding for, like millions and millions of dollars for funding. But the mentality is so become dependent on funding rounds. Okay, so I can't actually have a bus until next year on the next funding round for my community to do whatever it needs to do. Or I can't have this celebration thing going on, you know, with dance or whatever until I get funding from the government, and the round's not until next year. And it's going to take 9 months to find out whether I can even run my program. And then if I don't get funding, I'm not going to run my program. And this is what they're living in. They're living in these, I don't know if anything's going to happen. And my law of acquisition is that it's happening a long time in the future, dependent on all of these incredible variables that are outside of your control. So what are we doing? Can you see how ridiculous this is? So by the law of acquisition, you are giving literally years of your life away. So like, I'm just turning up once a year for an event that I've got a program for. That is ridiculous. No, as a creator, go, I want to run this, and let's run it now. And I don't need any funding to do it. It'll come together because I'm inspired to do it. And those that are inspired to join me will join me. Okay. That's like saying to, you know, anyone, you know, let's go fishing on the weekend, and everyone goes, yeah, let's go fishing. And you can have your meetings right there. I mean, everyone comes together for a fishing trip on the weekend. We don't have to wait 12 months to come together. Can you understand? I'm talking from a community, small community environment. These are things that go on. I'm going, we've really missed the point when it comes to gatherings. You know, let's just gather. Okay, let's get in and just gather. It's not a problem to gather, is it? It's very easy. It's just that we've made things so difficult through all of these rules and regulations. Welcome, Darla. Lovely to see you, darling Darla. Okay, so remembering that to expand is to be a creator, and to be a true creator, make sure you facilitate other creators into their greatness, because they also have a divine feminine, divine masculine, divine inner child. And because you're understanding that they see, this is where it says see only wholeness. When you're projecting that they are a creator and you have the expectations that they are a creator, you're knowing that they'll bring solution to their own lives, to your life, and to that which you're growing together as a community. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. If you still are in a workplace, again, look at every single one of you as an equal creator. Listen to the vision that comes through. Listen to the solution that comes through, no matter who it's coming through, and let them facilitate their own projection of that. You know, don't take it from one person and go, well, that's a good idea, and give it to another person who hasn't got the vision at all. Can you imagine if it came down to profits, money profits, not spiritual profits I see in the future. Okay, profits, if it comes down to profits, it is going to expand your business, excel your business 1,000-fold, which is the 3 levels of creatorship. 3% creating, 33% creating, 333% creating. So if you're going to bring through a whole world of vision, and this is what your board of directors does, it goes, so you're putting a construct together, an idea together, even if it's within a business sense, admin, doesn't matter what it is, human resources, you've got this little problem, this world, this concept of continuous improvement is coming through. So the creator who brings it through, yes, bless them, because they've got the capacity to make it 100% superb that everyone benefits from. Isn't that cool? So don't give it don't take it from the person who could bring 100% to a person over here who hasn't even got the vision and is going to just put a mental construct together. And if you looked at your business, and if any business person looked at their business and looked at how often they did this, they would actually see that those things that happened actually fell on their face, never happened, was not added to the business, because it was actually aborted, because it's what I call a plan B creation. It's not an opulent creation, it's a plan B creation done out of the mental body, a mental construct, and it has got no hope of floating. It's not going to float your business. It's not going to work. Okay, so look at creations, look at the law of acquisition, look at creators as being equal across the board, okay, of any workplace, because this is why think tanks work. This is why I love Noble Goldman, okay, because it's true. When you have a bunch of creators come together, it stimulates through intuition. Okay, you start getting, this is what brainstorming is, okay, it just works better in groups. Okay, we become inspired, don't we, when we actually come together and work in a think tank. Love it. It is insanely exciting. And then when you actually have the power to implement something, well, that is your business expansion. You're actually going into the next level. Why do we have board meetings? So the board members can come together and expand the vision of an organization. Who do they bring to the table? Their own board of directors. So each creator has the board of directors that they bring to a board meeting. Then the board delivers to a CEO. The CEO then delivers the vision to its peoples and management. And each manager has a board of directors within them, as well as the external board of directors delivering objectives. Yeah, it's so cool. I love business. Okay, it's really cool how it works. But imagine if those managers actually had the heightened sense of their own creatorship. You know, imagine if they actually managed their people who were providing those next bubbles of level of organization, if they were facilitating those middle managers, okay, in a way that they flourished and thrived and brought through their creativity, okay, 100%. That would be amazing. And then imagine if those middle management, honestly, middle management are the bane in one's side, generally when it comes to services, because they're trying to hold on and micromanage. Imagine if they themselves then in their teams, okay, were able to understand that each one of their people is a creator, okay, and can stimulate and bring beauty, okay, and creativity to the workplace. It would make for an absolute paradigm shift in the service delivery of that organization. Okay, so yeah, a little bit different. I just wanted to ground it into, you know, day-to-day stuff, into a workplace type environment. And then I can honestly say that if we opened up even these people, creators at this level, actually, if we opened up all creators at all levels of business construct, sooner or later they would leave because they would start creating other things for themselves, which is totally natural. People move on. Okay, it's all about evolution, evolving, our toilet roll rolling out, okay, as we walk our soul destiny and soul path. And I want to remind everyone today, okay, as you're coming up into conscious creating, okay, you will walk out of that physical place. Okay, you will walk out of it. And what is being given right now is a mass opportunity to walk out of this system, that you have believed is the only way that you can support yourself. Okay, this system is coming to an end. It is breaking. Okay, those at the top are right up at the top. Okay, but in actual fact, you have never had your freedom taken from you. Why? Because I'm not even going to go to the places that they say I can't go to. I really don't give a fig, because my soul has actually got me going to the places that I'm meant to be going to. I'm hanging out with those that I feel to go and hang out with. Okay, am I locked down? I've never been locked down. I'm like a swallow sweeping around the skies myself. Okay, I saw these beautiful swifts yesterday just flying through the sky, just so that I could notice them and going, yes, it's all happening. You see, we're a part of a greater collective. We've got the galactics, okay? We've got the, the Elohim, we've got the angelic realms, we've got all of our beloveds. We've got so much going on. We have so much support. We have our soul. We have the little people, okay, that are associated with our feet connecting us to the earth. We have the energy lead lines. We've got our astrology. We have so much within us that is keeping us on the path of our interests and our loves. And honestly, we can walk out of the system because we don't even need the system. We don't need the system. Isn't that good news? There's never been a need for the system. Okay, we've just been conditioned to think that way. And if we've been conditioned to think that way, what other things can we question? Well, everything. It's sort of like, question it for a little while, come out of it, start creating immediately. We talk about plan A and plan B. Okay, and I teach you on plan A and plan B in this book. Find out what it is. Plan B is just going from one thing to another, but never getting ahead. This system is built so that you cannot win in it. You can't win in this system. Duality, you can't win in because it's polarity. It's polarized, good versus bad, heaven versus hell, right versus wrong. It's a penal system. So people are just struggling. They're reeling under this penal system that they themselves have believed in, that they themselves have asked for. So people have been having very wild dreams in this time over the last few years about them being oppressed by either a masculine figure or a feminine figure. Okay, and what that's showing to us is that if you are oppressing yourself or being oppressed by a masculine figure, you yourself are usurping and oppressing your divine masculine, which is your doing force. So you're not going to have any doing while you're actually oppressing the part of you that is in full power and has the ability within your soul relationship to do. And if you're being oppressed by the woman within the dream, okay, the oppression is you oppressing your divine feminine, which is strategy, intuition, okay, trusting in your guidance, being shown solution, but not going out and doing it, and not expressing through your divine inner child the true life that you're meant to be living, because you're being of service to this slither of a system that is giving you pittance, and that you think that 4% interest on your bank account is good. Are you serious? These guys are getting the 95%, and you're sitting there putting pittance aside for 3% tax. Okay, that is ridiculous. That you work for 12 months of the year and you're waiting for your tax check. Okay, because that's your only sense of reprieve when you're actually going to have a honeypot that's a little bit bigger for a time that you can actually do something with. That's appalling. Okay, so we've got to come out of these systems. Why are we believing in superannuation? Okay, so this tiny, again, pittance, my own money being delivered to me in a pension, basically, at the end of my life, waiting for me to die. Hopefully it'll just get me food each week. That's not living. Okay, you're a living sovereign creator, and you can have so much more if you believe in your sovereignty and come out of the human law constructs that bind you, that tie you down, and then exact more from you than you have to give. Okay, and that's why I get angry at injustice. Okay, Ruth, don't play the game. Okay, I know that I'm not supposed to, but injustice is a big thing in a Libran. Okay, it drives me batty. So like, can't you see this? They go, no. And then they're exhausted, broken, mental health, and telling me all about it. And I'm going, okay, and that's why we do healing, okay? We do healing. We bring people back into their sovereignty. We set up your light body, do your brain chemistry rebalancing, and go, boom, turn your light on and show you how to operate with quantum law. So come along. If you need anything, if you've got anything going on, okay, give me a yell. Book in off the website at diamondmatrixmasters.net. You wouldn't believe what's there. We've got mini schools. We've got Don't Play the Game, which is specialized part of the Diamond Quantum Law School that you can do. You can do the law of acquisition. It's all there, mini schools as well, and other teachings. And you can book in for a healing, which we've got an all assortment of things that we'll work with. And we also do topical guidance. So if you have a problem that you're wanting to tweak, I promise you that we will bring you back to you as a creator and go, right, what are you creating? And then we'll get to the bottom of what you're creating, and then we'll blow that story out, okay, and bring you back into your power. And that happens every time. Okay, so we'll tweak that. Not a problem. We're into tweaking. All right, so it's on the hour. Thank you so much for joining me today. Does anyone want to share? Did you get anything from that? Please pop in, because it helps me and our audience to know whether it was assistive or not.
I want to watch it over and over and over and over again. It's just like interwoven with what you said is just always what I needed to hear. It just gives us that confidence that we're not alone, and there's a lot of, we have support. We may not be able to see the support right now, but it's right there. We can feel it,
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ruth. This is a message that everyone. Coralie, who's creeping around your place? You've got a burglar in your house. We need to call the police. We need more police. Talk to the government.
Obviously,
okay?
Yeah.
Get some more human laws in your house.
Spooky men in the background.
This is so, Yasmin, and I want you to share this video far and wide, because people are in pain right now because they don't understand this. That's why I'm here, to share this information so we can see the true reality, laugh at ourselves for being crazy, and then move on, okay, as creators. So please get this out, get this message out to those who are wanting the change, who are seeing the insanity now. This is the time that we're in. And I will remind you, it's a time to ask, okay? So very empowering energies right now. Ask. It's all coming. Our families are coming into order right now. Come on, darling, you know that. It's sort of like there's this whole restructuring. It's like people are becoming family. People are becoming independent, aren't they? It's like, oh, wow. And so the dependency is shifting from one creator to the individual creator, creating for themselves and getting their own energy volition sparked. And these are very people who haven't been thinking like this before. So it is here. So let's facilitate them into their creatorship. Okay, very, very important. Dalla, did you want to say hi? I can see you pumping it there.
Yes, I want to say hello, and how wonderful it is to see you, and just how amazing it is always to hear your message, because truly you do speak truth and life into people, and I love you for it.
Thank you, Dalla. I've missed you. I was thinking about you just yesterday, so I hope you felt me come and visit you, because my light body was just over there.
Good.
Yeah.
Got a lot going on, and what you just said about families coming together, definitely, because I've just recently manifested all of my heart's desires, and in less than 2 weeks, I'm going to be living permanently in Michigan.
This is amazing. It's like a pop-up family, isn't it?
It is. It's like right there.
However, it's been in your escrow and in your desire as a creator. But here it
For a
is,
long
it's
time.
arrived. When do you want it? Do you want it now or do you want it later? Is one of the things we
Right
teach
now.
you in quantum law. Have it now. You do not have to wait for that linear rollout to happen. I mean, it kind of happens like that, but it turns up when you, the creator, demand it. Demand. You are to demand. That is called authority. Okay, so use your authority. Was that helpful, Leonard? No, I'm not even going to comment. All right, I love you all. Okay.
Thank you.
I love you all. Get this out to people. I'll have the replay up on Diamond Matrix Masters. On all of my videos, you can see the links. They'll have live links on the YouTube version for you to go out and find us and join us, subscribe to us, whatever. Do the mini schools, book in. We are having fun with this. It's so powerful. The diamond energy is the latest energy, and it will absolutely project you into your creatorship, which is the whole point of being alive. Okay. Diamond blessings, everyone.